Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, streaming January 25th, only on Netflix.
Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have some very special guests here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name's Alan Small, and I work at the Mayborn Museum. My main role is as the STEM programs coordinator, and I get paid to make happy messes and help other people do that same thing.
I love that.
I'm Emily Clark. I'm the museum engagement manager at the Mayborn, so I work with Alan, also making messes. But I also oversee our floor staff and then any of our programs that are for children and families.
Oh, I absolutely love that. And one of the first questions I always ask when people come on the show is, are you from Waco or are you a Waco native?
I am not a Waco native. I have been here for 3 years.
Oh, wow.
But I did come to Baylor an unadmitted to number of years ago as a student. And I was very pleased when I got back to Waco that they gave me my same email address.
I love that. That's fantastic. And for you?
I have lived here for over 10 years.
Okay.
So I came to Baylor. I graduated from Baylor in 2013. I left for a year and then came right back for grad school. Graduated in 2016 with my master's in museum studies, and then got hired at the Mayborn, and I've been there ever since.
Wow,
so it's a pretty fun job.
Love that. I absolutely love that. And I always tell people the title of Wacoan is something you claim. So I think once you're ready to claim it, it can be true. So 3 years. Obviously more than 10 years. I think you claim the title of Wacoan. Well, thank you guys for joining us today from the Mayborn. We are actually here to talk about an exciting new exhibit kicking off this weekend. So tell me all about it.
We are really excited to open up our newest exhibit. It's called Cardboard Craze, and we are going to be offering an opportunity for people to explore cardboard as a material. And we will have different zones for people to work, build, play, and explore in. But if there's cardboard involved, we are trying to make it available. So we've got building blocks, we've got saws, we've got hardware that we're adding in for people to make their own creations. And it can be as simple or as complex as they're interested in. And it's just a free, fun place to have some free creativity.
I love that. And so this exhibit, you guys have been collecting cardboard for quite a while, right?
Yes. So we actually have been collecting cardboard for about a month. We've gotten the help of some area museums, so the Dr. Pepper Museum, Cameron Park Zoo, and then we also reached out to Baylor Dining to help us collect our cardboard, and then we asked Mayborn staff to bring any cardboard that they'd collected. So we have this huge amount of cardboard to go through, probably about 4 or 5 pallets.
Wow.
And what's most interesting is that is cardboard that we asked these places to collect for about a month, and so it's really a great visual to see like how much cardboard we're actually going through. And it's a lot. So.
And what is the mission behind this exhibit?
We're hoping that people will come and be creative, use that space to build what inspires them or find something that inspires them. It's just an opportunity for them to be in that space with that material, and it might make something productive, and it might make something totally whimsical with no use, but just an interesting experience. But we want to invite everybody to come participate and help us add to our collection of creations.
I love that. And you guys are actually kicking off this weekend, so tell me all the details.
Well, it turns out that you can tell a lot about a cardboard donor by the type of boxes that they give you. It turns out that somebody at the zoo really likes to eat frozen fish. And we've gotten a lot of those sorts of boxes, and also from Baylor Dining, there's lots of lettuce being eaten somewhere, and those boxes are excellent for forts. So we're primed and prepped. We've also been getting familiar with our tools so that when visitors come, we can hand them the tools and they can get right to work.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. And so you guys are kicking off February 11th, correct? So tell me how people can get tickets or find out more information.
Yeah, so we will be open at 9 o'clock on Saturday for our members only hour. So they'll get the first glimpse of the exhibit. And then at that point, it's open at 10 o'clock for everyone. And we open till 5. So 10 to 5 on Saturday and then 1 to 5 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
and how long will this exhibit be running?
it's going through April 2nd. And so it'll be around for spring breaks. If you have the first spring break or the second spring break, we always laugh. There's kind of 2 in the Central Texas area. We'll have lots going on in there over spring break. And so it'll be a fun place to bring family who are in town or anything like that. We kind of expect to have people who come to this exhibit spend a lot of time in it. And then we also really expect to have some repeat visitors who kind of fall in love with the space like we have and want to come a lot. So we're excited to see how the attendance is throughout this 6 weeks.
Oh, yay. I'm so excited about that. And I know most Wacoans are familiar with the Mayborn Museum because how can't you be? But if you would, please explain what the Mayborn Museum is and all about it.
Yeah, so the Mayborn Museum is Baylor's on-campus museum. And so we are kind of what I say 3 museums in one. So we have a whole natural history wing, and that's where you're going to feel more of like a traditional museum feel. We've got lots of fossils, dioramas.
A dinosaur,
Yeah,
a whole
that's
dinosaur.
true. A very cool dinosaur. And a great photo spot, so if you're into selfies. And then we have a whole side of the museum that we call the Discovery Center, and we say that area is for kids and kids at heart. It's just a really fun place
My
to
favorite,
interact. Yeah,
honestly.
so fun. Lots of hands-on things to play with. A great area for 5 and under. And then we also have out back our historic village. And so that is a glimpse at life in the 1890s. And then Cardboard Craze is in what we call our traveling exhibit gallery space. And so if you live in Waco, you've probably seen a lot of different things come through that space. We're excited because this is the first one we've done in a while that we've designed it ourselves
I love
and planned
that.
for it ourselves and had so much help from the whole museum pulling it off. And so, yeah, we're so excited. We've just been giddy all week getting it ready. So we just can't wait.
Well, I love that. Well, thank you for sharing that information. We're going to just take a break real fast and we'll be right back. And now for a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Sarah,
And I'm Carter.
and this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're 2 Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
911, what's your emergency?
Do you hear that? It's coming from the house.
It's coming from inside the house? Do you mean? Could it be?
The Poltergeist. New from Rogue Media. 2 haunted hotties talking about haunted places. Every episode we dive deep into the darkest places and give you a bit of history.
We're getting spooky in all the right places.
You've gobbled your last ghoul.
Follow along for the craziest and spookiest stories with Debbie's Dark Tourism. The Stanley Hotel,
Winchester House.
the Alamo,
Hotel Monte Vista.
and more spooky places. Find us at _Poltergals. POLTERGALS.
Look over your shoulder. It's us,
The Poltergals. Wherever you consume the podcast, you can find us there.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
And now, back to the episode.
All right, and we're back. So just before we were talking about some of the amazing things the Mayborn does, and now we have some tools pulled out and ready. Tell me more.
Well, we have tools that can separate cardboard and we have tools that can join cardboard. So usually when somebody tackles a box, they do need to remove some things or section it up. And we have these great little saws that have come in. They've got a safe blade that really won't bother a human hand, but cardboard stands no chance. And so you can slice it into rectangles, or you can carve the shapes that you want, and then you end up with the pieces that you can use to build your creation. And then if you want to combine those in a certain way, you can attach them two different ways. One of the ways is with these cool little clips. There's actually 6 or 7 different shapes, but they help join cardboard either parallel, or you can make corners on a fort, or you can, shape things as a costume, but they clip pieces together, and that's really easy to use. And then the other attachment that we've got is these really cool little screws, and they're plastic, but they're wide, and the threads help really easily bind 2 pieces of cardboard together. So all you do is take a sharp end. Well, I say sharp as a pencil, sharp end on this tool, and you poke it in the cardboard, and then you use this second little driver that just fits perfectly into all size hands, and you just screw the 2 pieces of cardboard together. And we've got hundreds and hundreds of these screws and clips just ready to go and make the cool things that we want to.
Wow, I'm so excited about that. And the Mayborn is an educational museum, so it's really great. You guys have a variety of programs as well, so this is really awesome getting to teach kids about building and STEM in that way as well, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was actually going to say that we're also a teaching museum for Baylor students. And so we have a whole team of Baylor undergrads who help as our floor staff. And then we actually have some grad students and interns right now who have been really hands-on in helping create this exhibit. And a lot of what we're paying attention to is how people learn when we make and tinker. So we have a space at the museum called Design Den. It's been open since 2016. I started out as a design den coordinator at the Mayborn, and then Alan is now the STEM programs coordinator, but Design Den is his playground. So we both really love that space. We love to watch people meet one another and have this like social learning as they're all making things together. And there's also just so much that we learn when we're making stuff. We learn problem solving. We learn how to communicate and talk to people about what we're making. We learn how to not do things. We learn how to make mistakes and for failure to be okay. So we're paying attention to all of those things in this space and helping our students to learn more about how people learn in a really like dynamic space like this. So we really nerd out over that stuff too. It's so fun to watch people accomplish things and then try to make cool stuff. And you know how proud you are when you make your own thing.
That's true. I'm a DIYer myself. I understand.
Totally get it then. It's so fun to have that moment when that thing that you wanted to make finally works. There's just nothing like it.
That's true. I think one of the benefits of this exhibit too is helping people develop a relationship with a material. And it's really important for folks to do that. It's possible for cardboard to just come to our hands and then leave our hands and not think about it. But it is a resource, and it's a positive or a negative, and it does take up space in landfills, but it is really useful and recyclable. If people become familiar with that as a material, they understand it better and can start to consider the impact in the environment and in the world. And so I'm excited to play with the stuff, but I'm also interested in helping people think a little deeper about how this material exists in the world and what their impact is with it.
Yeah, I love that. And you guys are actually working with the community as well for the recycling center. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we've talked a bit with the City of Waco with their solid waste services, and they're going to be helping us with a few things, one of which we're excited about. When we're done with all of this cardboard, they're going to help us get it to the Cobb's Recycling Center, which is going to be really helpful because it's a lot of cardboard. But we're also going to have some chances that they're going to pop up at the museum. And actually, on Monday, March 13th at 10:30, we will have a special mini Monday story time with Ashley Millard Crownover from the City of Waco, and she will come and talk about the state of trash in Waco and talk to us about Waco landfills and about recycling, about glass recycling in Waco, which is something that we've gotten our new big purple bins that people have seen. So there's some exciting stuff happening with recycling in Waco. And like Alan said, we want people to start thinking about the materials that they have at their house, how they use them, how you can give a material a second life. Last night we actually did a training with our floor staff, and one of the activities was to come up with ways to get people excited about building. And one of the prompts they had was can you recreate what you made here at home? And I loved that, to encourage kiddos to think about those Amazon boxes or whatever shipments they get at their house and how they can create things at home, to at least give that cardboard one more set of life,
Oh, I absolutely love that. And you actually brought some numbers in for us today, too. Do you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah. So as we were researching the science of trash for this exhibit, we found that Americans actually throw out 4.9 pounds of trash per person every day. And so that's about 1,800 pounds of trash per American every year.
Oh,
which
my
is
gosh.
A lot. And then in 2018, Americans had a recycling rate of about 23.5%, which meant that of the 292.4 million tons, that we generated, about 69 million of those 69 million tons were recycled. So to me, those numbers are just so
They're
huge.
big numbers
they don't really
for me.
mean much to me, but it does tell me that we could do better.
Yeah,
And
I was a
we
liberal arts
probably-
major, so it doesn't help.
You're like, math? I don't. But it does. We've kind of got a whole graph talking about that in the exhibit. And it's just a reminder that we should be conscious of what we're consuming and what we have in our house and how we can dispose of it responsibly.
Yeah, and again, the STEM aspect of it as well. Do you want to speak any more onto that?
I think that there is a unique opportunity for both formal educators, teachers, to come and help their classes interact in the exhibit. And there's also places for families to come and be as creative as they'd like to be. It's a great place to have a cool product that generates a cool mess that does not have to be in your living room at home. And I would also remind everybody that cardboard and cardboard recycling is a great connection to Waco community life, especially with the announcement yesterday that there's a new recycling plant coming to town.
Yay.
I was really excited to hear about the investment being made there, helping recycle old cardboard into new cardboard, and that's actually going to be employing people in our community, and that will be a huge impact and benefit here, all centered around this material.
Yeah. What is something you're looking forward to most about this exhibit?
I want to build headgear. I want hats.
Hats? I can see you're a hat guy.
I like hats. Somebody might want to make their crown. They might want to be a knight in shining armor. Maybe they need just the perfect fancy flair for their head. But I want everybody to come and make hats and show me what you got.
There's a couple hats already made that are pretty impressive. So our STEM crew is what we've been calling them, but it's our team of grad students and interns who are all have really had a hand in helping create this exhibit. They've been making with cardboard for about a month now, getting ready for this. And so we've got a cardboard baseball hat that I think is really cool. There's a few crowns that are starting to materialize. So I am interested to see where the hats go. I'm also excited. We talked this morning about some ideas for doing some cardboard miniatures, which I just think will be the cutest thing on the planet.
I'm obsessed.
And then I'm also excited. when we were doing our training last night, there was an idea from one of the floor staff about someone making a cardboard rock band, which I can't get past. So whoever does that first, you're going to have my heart. I think it's going to be so cute. And now I think we should do a cardboard podcast studio.
Oh, really there you go. Oh my gosh, that'd be fantastic. Just recreate the set, but in cardboard. Amazing.
When you come, that's what you'll have to
That's
do.
what I'll have to do. I'll make a cardboard microphone too, specifically for me to talk into. Well, it sounds like this really is going to have a community impact as well as an individual impact. What would you say is one of the main goals in the community for this event?
I would say, we've done this exhibit. Well, it wasn't an exhibit last time, but we've done this kind of thing one time before. And it was just a program. We planned to do it for one day. And we called it Cardboard Craze. And it was for a special big science day that we had. And people kept coming into that, what we call our traveling exhibit gallery, the big room everyone knows right at the front. And they kept saying, how long is this here for? And they kept just being like, when can we come back? Like, when can we bring people? And I even remember, like, one family was like, well, we're going to go tell our friends to come now. Like, if this is only one day, they've got to come up here. So that was so exciting to us. And at the time, we had so much leftover cardboard that we did kind of open it sporadically just a few more times. But we knew ever since then that, like, the community really loved this. And for a lot of people in the Waco community, the Mayborn is kind of like a second home, especially if you have younger kids. But if your kids are a little older, sometimes they've been there so much that it's not quite as exciting. Although we would argue that it's always exciting.
I don't agree with that.
We love it there. But this is just something so fun and new that we've got that I think we'll just have like a lot of stay time. People are going to come and want to spend like a lot of time in there making all sorts of things. And you could honestly come, I think, every day of Cardboard Craze and have so much fun every single day and make something new. So,
well, my birthday is coming up, so maybe I should have my birthday party at the Mayborn Museum.
That would be such a fun grown-up birthday party.
I second the motion.
Yeah, you for sure should. I don't know if you have anything else to say about community impact.
Yeah.
I just really want folks to understand the invitation to come and participate. Museums sometimes can be quiet or they can be calm, and it's almost difficult sometimes to for folks to decide if they are going to actively do a thing in that space. And this is an active, open invitation to come make the exhibit that you want to make and participate the way you want to participate. And I want everybody to feel welcome, from pre-readers to experienced readers, from handy tool folks to people who don't do tools. There's an entry point for everyone, and everybody's warmly and enthusiastically invited.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. I always give an option for shout outs. So if there's anybody you would like to shout out that has helped you get this started, get it going, or anything else you'd like to shout out, now's your time.
I'll start with a shout out to just the rest of our team at the museum who has been excited to help us.
Shout out, guys.
And follow our kind of wacky dreams of
so wacky cardboard dreams.
Yes, and so that's been so much work from our facilities and exhibits team and our collections team. So just so thankful to everyone for letting us follow this dream. So I'd give that shout out first. I don't know what else you've got.
I would extend that same thanks to the museum staff, but I would focus on a staff member. My wife, she also works there. Jessie has held down the fort at home while I dive deep into cardboard, and she's really supported every angle and every long evening that I've gotten to play with cardboard. But I just give a shout out to her.
Oh, I
shout out to
the
small kids, Alan's kids. His last name is Small. I think you said it already, but they're actually not small. One of them's very tall. But they also just love to come up and help us test out activities, and so shout out to them too.
Wow. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on today. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
Can't wait to see you when you come.
Yeah,
perfect.
We're going to have so much fun. I can't wait to see what you make. Yeah.
All right. And then last but not least, don't forget to plug yourself. Give us all your social media, your website, and all the information. We can find you, where we can find you, how we can get tickets, all of the above.
Yeah, so you can actually find us at Mayborn Museum on all platforms, and then at www.baylor.edu/Mayborn. You can buy tickets online, or you can buy them in person, and we are on campus just right in the heart of Waco, right by downtown.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'm definitely going to have to go build something with cardboard now.
We love it. Love to hear it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.